And we're live. Hey, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Andy here with South Florida and Mario with a one-stop shop coming to you live again this Thursday afternoon, 4 o'clock. Well, actually, it's about 4:08. We got a little bit late start here talking shop, but glad you're tuning in with us. Please, we want to welcome you to ask questions in today's show. Hey, Christy, because today's show is going to be a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and you're going to be able to dive deep into the mind of Quintero and get all your real estate and mortgage information answered. Welcome, Annie. Welcome, Andres, John. You know, those little posts at 2 or 3 o'clock, man, announcing your appearance on Facebook TV, right? Who was the one that came up with Facebook TV?
That's Richard Booth.
Richard Booth.
Mario TV.
Mario TV. I love it. Who likes Mario TV? Thumbs up in the chat, folks. All right, so we want to encourage you to ask questions today. We have a very informative show, packed show today, and we just go get started. Mario, tell us about your current listings and their status.
So right now we have 3 listings in the marketplace. We have one in Homestead, which is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, offered at $315,000.
Nice.
It's a nice corner property out in the country. It could either be for a family moving in as their primary residence,
right,
or it may also be a great investment opportunity for a development company or an investment company because it has the potential for 2 different incomes in that property, and it's got a large yard for expansion if it's an investor. Second listing is right here in the heart of Miami. Near 59th Avenue and Northwest 4th Street.
Nice.
We're doing the video and photo shoot tomorrow at 10 a.m. and hopefully we'll have everything uploaded by early next week. We have showings tomorrow at 12:30 in the afternoon, immediately after the photo shoot. So if you'd like to come see that property, it's in immaculate condition. Beautiful home. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths with an office, centrally located.
Wow.
Once again, near Coral Gables, the airport, Brickell, very centrally located, quiet neighborhood, and it's being offered at $375,000. The house is immaculate.
So
Okay.
this is a property that's not going to last a long time.
It's not going to last. No. I'm already booking appointments for tomorrow at 12:30 and booking appointments for either Monday or Tuesday immediately after work. I don't think it's going to last.
Yeah, I tell you, knowing your history and the way you work, that home will have a contract
By next week.
Tomorrow by the end of,
Or sooner.
Tomorrow by the end of the week. You don't fool around. You don't fool around. Now you're inviting people to the photo shoot?
No, I'm inviting them immediately after the photo shoot. They can come see the property. I'm already getting phone calls and people wanting to come see the property.
Okay, so folks, if you want to get on this deal, get in contact with Mario today or tomorrow before that house gets sold. It's a great location, by the way.
Great location.
I saw the pictures on FB that you posted up there. Fantastic. So,
And the next, I got one more listing that I'm going to go sign the paperwork on Saturday morning.
Okay.
And that's going to be up in Green Acres, which is a subdivision or a sub-community of the West Palm Beach area.
nice.
It's a townhome in a gated private community with all the amenities. Everything is top notch. And that unit is going to go somewhere between 165 and 175. Beautiful unit, move-in ready.
You know, I keep forgetting that you work all over Florida.
I work all over Florida.
You work all over Florida. I see you in Tallahassee, see you in Orlando. You know, you work all over Florida.
Saturday we'll be in Green Acres, West Palm.
Green Acres. That'd be a nice address, right? Where do you live? I live in Green Acres. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Actually, my first listing ever
Was in Green Acres?
Was in Green Acres. My first
It
one
comes
ever.
around.
It comes around.
Your first listing ever. How many years ago is that?
That was 15 years ago.
15 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of
Yeah.
experience, folks. Folks, Andy here with South Florida. If you're just tuning in, we're here with Mario Quintero, the Mind of Quintero Show, the one-stop shop, the clear to close, every Thursday at 4. And if you're watching us for the first time, welcome. We welcome you to share this, and we welcome to invite your friends, and we welcome you to leave comments. Mario will answer your questions live on the show. Welcome, Mauricio J. Mario, next question. Tell us about real estate companies and their hidden fees and their messages.
So there's a lot of new real estate companies that use primarily apps and technology,
technology.
To list and sell your home. and one of their sales pitches is that they are cheaper than going with a local real estate agent
Okay.
in your community that really knows the market and gives you that personal touch, the personal service like we do, and many other realtors here in South Florida.
Okay.
So I was watching a feed, an industry feed earlier this week that did like a documentary on these companies and how they're actually they're trying to sell people on the fact that they're cheaper than the normal 6% commission that people pay when they list
Right.
their properties. But when you look at the fine print in their app, that the people that use their services just go ahead and they scroll down through this large body of information,
Right.
and they get to the end and they click, they initial, they click, they initial, they click and sign without reading any of it. By the time everything is said and done, you're going to be paying anywhere from 7 to 9%.
Wow.
Versus the normal 6% or 5% on a discounted basis. So be very careful when you are promised a lot of stuff from these real estate companies
Okay.
that are located primarily in Arizona and California.
They have no knowledge of the
They
South
have
Florida
no
market.
knowledge of the South Florida market
Right.
and the intricacies that go along in this market. So all I'm saying is be very careful, read the fine print before you throw away 3 or 4% of your commission, thinking that you're going to save commission without getting the personal service. And when you hit turbulence, like we know that every transaction will hit turbulence, they're going to be nowhere to be found.
No.
Because it's an app that you're talking to, not a human being that can actually resolve problems.
Right.
And this is a part of the real estate business that a lot of people don't understand. You know, realtors work very hard. They work sometimes 7 days a week. They work nights. They work weekends.
Right.
They run around showing the property, making appointments. They're on the phone at all times of the day or night. An app cannot do that.
Right.
So be very careful when you're approached to sell your house that by taking an app, you're going to save money. No, you're going to lose money. You're going to lose money and you're not going to have the personal touch.
You know, with the new trend of technology and mobile apps and everything, you know, I firmly believe there is a place in some applications that an app can be used, AI, artificial intelligence can be used, but real estate is not one of those areas, I don't think. That's just the same as if you end up in a hospital, you're a doctor, you know, I would hate to be seen by a robot or by an app and to have them get
Francie,
the diagnosis.
Teresa.
Francie, Teresa, Lewis. I saw there Mr. Arbetter, the best hot dogs in Miami. So yeah, there's a lot of those apps. I've been seeing the commercials for mortgages as well. You know, and I don't know how they deal with those turbulences because you're right, they're in Arizona. It's
Well, you get a package in the mail.
yeah.
And it says sign here, sign here, sign here.
You're on the
Or you
hook.
get an app that you click, click, click.
Yep, you're on the hook.
And you don't even know what the heck you're signing for. Nobody's explaining anything to you.
Right.
If you have any questions, good luck in having that app.
You're on your own.
Answer the question for
Yep.
you. So good luck.
You're on your own. Welcome, Lewis Peters there. So next question we have here. Interest rates seem to be a hot topic, Mario. What's going on?
So right now, interest rates are pretty steady. They're down in the low 4s. And there seems to be a lot of action as a result of the interest rates being stabilized. And at the same time, with the interest rates looking to stay stable for the rest of this year, according to the Fed announcement a few weeks ago. So it's created some additional movement in the marketplace
Excitement.
because people have higher buying power with the lower rates. They can buy more house. And if you have not been pre-qualified and you're sitting on the sidelines waiting, I would highly recommend that you get pre-qualified as soon as possible. You could give us a call at 305-598-1600, and we'd be more than happy to take you through the pre-qual system. We don't charge anything for that, and this way you know exactly where you stand. And that's where we are today, and we expect the rates to stay pretty consistent between now and the end of the year.
It's important that you mentioned that because for those of you guys that are renting or you're thinking of getting into a property or home or you're on the fence, like Mario said, there's no charge for this, right? I mean, they contact you, they talk to you, they get your expert advice, they fill out the application, get pre-qualified at no cost at all.
Nope.
And then when they're ready to buy, then they can further get your advice and you can place them in the dream home.
Well, you can start looking immediately after you're pre-qualified. You can start looking, and that's where we also come in as the one-stop shop. We can start, taking you out there looking to see what's available in the marketplace.
It's a huge advantage, and I'm sure there's a lot of people watching that are like, hey, I don't know if I can qualify, I don't know if I can buy, if I can afford it, yada yada yada, all these roadblocks, and it just begins with a phone call to have that landscape just open up for you. You got to get into that process.
You got to take action. You got to take action. If you're sitting, not doing anything, that is the definition of insanity. Not doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results.
Absolutely, absolutely. Along with that last question on interest rates, are refinances increasing?
Yes, refinances are increasing. We're working several right now where our clients want to cash out as a refinance in order to do some home improvements.
That's a good idea.
We have people that are putting in pools. We have people that are putting in fencing. They're remodeling kitchens. They're remodeling bathrooms. They're putting in new floors. So there's a lot going on right now in the marketplace with refinances, and people are taking advantage of the equity that is currently in their home.
Right.
As home values have gone up, interest rates have come down. It's a perfect time,
perfect
to do
mix.
a refinance.
For a perfect mix, and of course that has an effect on our whole economy, because it puts contractors to work, it puts pool professionals, electrical professionals. It just makes the economy go faster and move forward, and it's a win-win for everybody involved.
Supply companies, appliance companies, paint companies. I mean, it puts money back into the economy, which strengthens the economy.
It's a great time to be thinking about upgrading your home and take advantage of the rates.
And at the same time, it makes your home, that dream home that you've always wanted,
even more valuable.
Right. Another thing that people are doing out there, and we featured our friend Alex Prieto a couple of weeks ago as a referral partner. A lot of people are putting money into their backyards with outdoor kitchens.
Oh, nice.
Pavers. They're putting in artificial turf. They're putting in putting greens. They're doing a lot of stuff to make their home that resort-style home that they've always dreamed of.
I've always had a question about that turf, that artificial turf and animals and dogs, but that's a whole different topic.
It's got about a 10-year warranty.
Yeah.
And it's very durable.
Is it?
Yeah, it's
awesome.
very durable.
Awesome. Mario, what is a non-QM backed statement loan? English, please.
All right. So a non-QM loan is for those viewers out there that maybe either own your own business.
Okay.
And you have a lot of write-offs on your tax returns.
Okay.
Or you basically don't own your own business. You're a sole proprietor of a business, maybe not a corporation or anything like that, but still you also have a lot of tax deductions, and your available income to qualify for a property just is not there.
Okay.
So a non-QM loan is a program that's been around for about 6 or 7 months that is designed for this type of borrower, where we use 12 months average of their bank statements, either personal or their business returns, and we take the amount of income that comes in every month and we average it over a 12-month period.
Wow.
We do the loan without submitting tax returns, and we submit the 12 months of bank statements. So let's say that your average income for your business is $6,000 or $7,000 a month. That's the average that we use for your income versus your taxable income, which may be only $1,500 to $2,000 a month.
Right.
And that difference between the taxable and the bank statement income qualifies people many times over, because now we're using the bank statements versus the tax returns.
Right.
The reason it's called a non-QM loan is because it's not your standard FHA or Fannie Mae loan.
Okay.
It has different guidelines. The guidelines are a little bit more lenient because they're designed for that specific client which owns their own business or is a sole proprietor.
Wow, I learned something every single week with Mario. Hey, Renee, welcome to the broadcast. Mickey, Maria Lascano. Well, dude, I'm sure there's not a lot of mortgage brokers or realtors that have that knowledge.
Well, they may have the knowledge, they may not have the product to offer it.
Yeah.
We have several companies that we use to offer that product, and they've been springing up a lot over the last 6 to 8 months. We've done several loans for our clients that are business owners using this product.
So people watching, whether you're renting, whether you're employed by somebody, you're self-employed, wherever your financial situation is, however you're earning an income today, there's probably a program out there for them.
There is.
And they can get into their dream property and stop throwing away that rent money every single month.
Yep.
Wow. Guys, we welcome your questions. If you're just tuning in, my name is Andy with In South Florida. We are here with Mario Quintero at the One Stop Shop, the Clear to Close. You have so many names now. You know, I'm not going to tell them about the one from Hollywood yet. We're going to keep that. We're going to keep that under. We're going to keep that under wraps. I got him good. Mario, talk about recession. What is a big sign to keep an eye on?
So there's still talk about the potential recession, possibly in 2020.
I mean, we're doing so good. I mean, it looks so good.
We're doing very good, but here's the main thing to keep an eye on. Right now, unemployment is at 3.8.
Amazing.
It's great. Okay, the thing is that once that unemployment, if it hits 4.1, if it goes back to 4.1, you need to be a little concerned. That's the magic number that the economists are predicting that could throw us into some kind of recession.
Wow.
Now, that doesn't mean that the world's going to end. It just means that once you hit a recession, we've had 10 years right now of economic growth.
Right.
So that's been a heck of a ride. But economy is built on different economic cycles.
Vectors, yeah.
And the next one would be a recession. So in the event that unemployment hits 4.1, that 0.3 difference between 3.8 and 4.1, that number of people in the U.S. could mean people out of work. That means that their disposable income to do home improvements or go out to eat,
right,
or possibly go shopping or take a vacation, that money is no longer there.
Right.
And then once that money is no longer there and they're not spending that money, it affects the vendors that they normally shop at, and that causes potential additional layoffs for those companies or businesses, and then that 4.1 begins to grow slightly. So just be aware of that, and when you hear those numbers on TV, the economic channels and things of that nature, keep in mind that we're doing great as an economy right now, but there are a lot of forces. There are a lot of negative forces in this country right now that would love to see the economy do poorly before next year's election. Okay, so just keep that in mind. I'm not trying to get political, but I think you see it in the news every day that there's a lot of people that don't like the current administration. They would like nothing more than for the economy to go under or really bad in order for that to have an effect next year.
And to clarify, this is not a show geared to political views, but
It's not.
But the market is a market, and real estate is a real estate,
And that's the reality that we're living with right now.
And you're speaking from experience.
Yeah, and it's a reality right now. You see it every day. All the negative attacks in order to stop or slow down the economy, but it's not working. So far, so good. But if it does get to around 4.1, 4.2, just be aware that there could be a potential slowdown and a recession right around the corner.
So Mario, to somebody watching that just wants to talk to you and to pick your brain and get some advice on whether I should buy, should not buy, should I invest, not invest in real estate, can they call you as well?
They could call me right here at the office at 305-598-1600 or on my cell, 305-588-0451.
And you will give them this advice without any charge at all.
I don't charge for advice.
Well, folks, if you're watching, you're lucky. I mean, if you're watching, you know, you guys are tuned into a great show. By the way, for those of you just watching, if you haven't checked out MariosHomeNews.com, go ahead and check it out after the broadcast. Don't do it now. After we finish, go check out MariosHomeNews.com. It's Mario's website. It has a huge resource of information there, content, videos. There's talk about the turbulences. There's talk about investment. Almost anything and everything about the real estate market is on that website, MariosHomeNews.com. If you haven't checked it out yet, go ahead and visit it. It's chocked full of information.
They could also do a home search on that website.
Yes.
It's connected to the South Florida MLS.
That is correct.
Which is from West Palm Beach down to Homestead. You could do a home search. There's a bunch of information regarding mortgages.
Right.
You could apply for a mortgage on there.
Absolutely.
There's really a lot of information.
Mario, I'm sure this next question, you get it a lot, and there's probably people watching that may be asking this question right now. What confuses people regarding real estate and mortgage transactions?
So this one is a little comical, and it's supposed to be designed to have a little levity. Okay,
Here we go.
Here we go.
Hey, Patrice.
The one thing that confuses real estate clients and mortgage clients is actually their friends, their relatives, and their coworkers.
Wow.
And their neighbors. Okay, so let's start with the neighbor.
Everybody has a friend, right?
Well, let's start with the neighbor. They go outside their house, they're walking their dog, and their neighbor is one of these people that loves to give opinions on every subject matter available in the world. Mm-hmm. They run into this person and they thought, oh, you know, we've been thinking of maybe selling the house, buying a house, this and that. And that neighbor gives them a ton of information that they didn't even ask for.
Right.
All they did was make a comment. That begins the confusing process. Then they take that information to work and they start talking to their coworkers. And their coworkers are all experts in real estate and mortgage.
Of course.
Remember, we have 65,000 licensed realtors in South Florida.
Is that all?
Everybody's an expert. So whether they practice real estate or not. So then they start getting information from those people. The husband goes to work. He shares the information at work, gets additional information, good, bad, or indifferent. Now they sit at the dinner table and they said, you know, the neighbor told me this. My coworkers told me that. Then the husband says, well, my coworkers told me this. And all of a sudden they get all confused. Instead of speaking to a real estate and or mortgage professional that this is all they do 24/7 and really knows the ins and outs of the marketplace and what's going on. Then they go to La Carreta and they go order a little Cuban coffee.
Of course.
And then there's 10 or 12 people there that are the experts of that window.
El cortadito.
Right. So while they're having their cortadito and little pastelito, they hear a conversation going on by two experts. And now they get more confused.
The interest rates going up, going down.
Everybody's got an opinion. Okay, so once again, this I find is the most confusing thing that clients run into because they're hearing information from all different people that are, you know, that story where you repeat a story and by the time it gets to the second or third person,
whole different
it's a whole
story.
different story.
Whole different story.
Well, that's the analogy of this information because then on Sunday, they go to their mom's house or their grandmother's house and the whole family's there. And now the whole family's pitching in and there's more confusion. So, you know, this is all well and good. You do whatever you want. But if you want less confusion when you're going to buy a house, sell a house, or get a mortgage, stick the conversation to the professional that you're dealing with. Hopefully it's us. And just make the decisions based on fact, not hearsay. Because hearsay is going to confuse you every single time.
Do you feel that this confusion is a factor why maybe some people that are renting are still renting?
It slows down the process because if they're getting information, incorrect information relative to their personal
specific needs.
situation and their needs, it could actually paralyze them
Of course.
emotionally and mentally and say, you know what, I'm not ready.
Right.
Well, how do you know you're not ready? Because the guy that walks the dog near your house told you you're not ready,
Right.
or the person you met at the pool on Saturday in your
Right.
community, in your
Right.
rental community, told you that you're not ready.
Right.
That's why people get confused, because they have a tendency to listen to everybody except the expert.
And of course, there is a resource. You can call Mario at the One Stop Shop, and Mario will answer all your questions completely free of charge.
Absolutely.
I mean, if you want to invite him to cortadito, that's fine. But or pastelito, which I hear he likes, it's fine. But you're dealing with a real estate and a mortgage professional with many, many years of experience, and you're dealing with somebody that's going to tell you straight up what you need to know based on your financial situation, based on your current situation, and there's no ifs and buts about it. I mean, it's all good and dandy. People get opinions and everything, but there's an old saying about opinions, right?
Everybody's got one. And in our case, what we're trying to do is give you factual information
right.
for you to make your own personal decision.
Right.
That's all we're doing. We're not giving you hypothetical information.
Right.
We're not giving you information that we heard at La Carreta.
Right.
We're not giving you information that we heard at the parking lot at the post office.
Of course.
We're giving you factual information so that you can make the right decision.
Folks, if you're just tuning in, I want to welcome Gilma, Lourdes, Matt, Andreina, a bunch of people watching today. If you're just tuning in for the first time, my name is Andy within South Florida, and we're here with Mario Quintero at the One Stop Shop. The happy hour at 4 o'clock every Thursday. Tune in to learn many, many interesting facts and features about the real estate market in South Florida, about the mortgage industry in South Florida. And Mario is available for phone calls. Mario is available for chat on Facebook. And if you're thinking of buying a property, if you're tired of renting, you're tired of throwing away that money, contact Mario. He's a one-stop shop. He can take care of the real estate side, the mortgage side. He can place you and your family in your dream home.
I do have one last thing that I'd like to mention.
Absolutely.
So Monday is April 15th.
Yes.
And we're coming up on the end of tax season.
Yes.
Many people are still in the process of doing their taxes, and some are even securing letters of extension in order to complete that. If you're in the middle of a transaction or are looking at homes in order to be able to put a contract in, and your taxes during this time period are actually still in the process, all right, we can still work with the W-2s or the 1099s, and then the sooner you get those taxes in and stamped by the IRS, the sooner we can use those 2018 tax returns for the purpose of making a purchase or a refinance. So if your taxes are not yet finalized, don't worry about it. We can work and guide you on what to do in the event that you do find a home or you want to refinance, and how we can go ahead and navigate the extension that you need to finish your taxes.
So if I'm hearing you correctly, just because you file an extension does not prevent you from starting to look at a property and being on that path.
No, you could be on the path and we'll navigate through that process as we move forward.
Excellent idea. So you have no excuse, folks. If you are renting today, if you are waiting for the next 2 weeks to give free money to your landlord, I hope that no landlords get upset at us, right?
That's okay. I'm a landlord.
Any landlord watching? Folks, stop renting. Stop renting. You need to buy. You need to buy your property. You need to invest in your future, your family, your kids. So, Mario, you're all set for 6:30. Tomorrow. Folks, we are live. So we're getting messages here on both cameras. And we're having a good time here as we do every Thursday. Folks, there's no reason for you to keep renting. Please contact Mario Quintero at the One Stop Shop. Mario, what's that phone number again?
In the office, 305-598-1600. We're usually here from 9 to 5:30. And on my cell, 305-588-0451.
So they can call you anytime.
Anytime.
Absolutely. Folks, thank you for the love. Thanks for tuning in. If you're watching us live, hit that share button on the bottom of your screen there to the right. And if you're watching this on the replay, you can catch us live every Thursday at the 4 o'clock hour with the one-stop shop. We're going to tell them about next week, what we're talking about, or we're going to keep them in suspense?
I don't know what we're talking about yet.
We're going to keep him in
We'll
suspense.
keep him in
then.
suspense.
Yeah, he wants to keep you guys surprised. I know him already. Folks, thank you for the love. Thanks for tuning in. Andy within South Florida, Mari with a one-stop shop. Anything you need in the rental, real estate, or mortgage industry, please pick up that phone. Call Mario Quintero. And if you need anything on digital marketing or live streaming or video or whatever you need online, please contact me. We'll be happy to serve you. And we'll develop your own one-stop shop. Although we can't call it that. We'll call it something different. But it's all good. Thank you, folks. Have a fantastic weekend. Thanks for the love. Thanks for tuning in.
Have a great weekend.